Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19 real quick because I see that it's in the comments a lot and I realize I haven't actually explained it in a long time. And we have a number of new subscribers and viewers. And the 19, what is that? That is all of you. That is all of you. That is my shout out to all of you that support the channel. Way back, I broke down a video of Angel Reese and talked about how, from an athletic standpoint, I don't think she's that athletic. I don't think she moves well. She's not very agile. And I do that from someone who works with athletes to develop athleticism and agility. I have an eye for that. I have an understanding for that. And of course, I got an Angel Reese simp that yelled at me and actually said he wanted to meet me in person so he could punch me in the face. And then came back later to disparage my tiny little channel that the only people watching are my 19 cousins. So that is all of you. That is just my shout out to all of you to say thank you for supporting the channel. All right, we're moving on. Um, Muffet McGraw. I love that name, man. That's a fantastic name. That's a name where you go, wait, is that real? Is that a stage name? This is a stage name, right? No, it's not a stage name, but she was asked about Caitlin Clark. If you don't know who Muffet McGraw is, and I'll be honest, I recognized the name. I knew she was a longtime coach, but I didn't know necessarily her background, which is really, really impressive. Longtime coach at Notre Dame, 1987, folks, to 2020, and had quite a lot of accomplishments, which we'll get into. But I want to play this first. This is only about a 40-second clip. She is asked about Caitlin Clark.
When you look at the women's game now, when you were coaching at Notre Dame, did you ever think it would be this big, this popular, that they'd be selling out arenas constantly? I think women my age all dreamed that this was be possible. And when Caitlin Clark came on the scene a few years ago, she made it all happen. I think we owe her quite a lot. How she's grown everything about women's basketball, the attention that we're getting in the media from fans, from kind of fans that aren't really women's basketball fans. We got the casual fan now watching the game. I think we've come so far just in the last 5 years that it's amazing, but certainly something that we hoped would happen and dreamed would happen. And it's great to see it come to fruition. When you look at the
This is absolutely perfect. Everything about this is perfect. And by the way, the interviewer didn't even bring up Caitlin Clark because, of course not, right? Muffet McGraw voluntarily brought it up. Muffet McGraw, who has been around long enough to have been through the grind, to have probably played in front of basically empty arenas, other than maybe a few students who have come out, who toiled in anonymity for a long, long time, just doing her job as a coach to make her team, make her players better, prepare them for life after college, and on and on. And here she is with no jealousy, no pettiness, no vindictiveness in her heart. No, hey, well, we have to shout out and give props to all the people who came before and helped build it, which includes her, by the way. And yet here she is 100% acknowledging the truth. Acknowledging the truth doesn't make what Muffet McGraw did any less. It doesn't take away from what she did at all as a coach of Notre Dame. But here she is saying, hey, look, Caitlin Clark did this. Yeah, women's basketball has been around and we're playing and we're coaching, but the level that we're at now with the fandom and the way the sport has grown, that is Caitlin Clark. And we need to be and should be, and she is Muffet McGraw, and I'll say that again and again because I love it, appreciative of that fact. This, when Caitlin Clark got drafted in the WNBA, this is all you needed. This is all you needed from everyone. Now, I'm not saying everyone had to line up and say it, but at the very least, not disparage her, not insult her, not attack her fans. But by the way, she made a key point there when talking about also bringing in the casual fans. That's where sports go to a next level with ratings and so forth. It's not just the hardcore fans that love basketball, that know basketball. They're going to watch all the games. You bring in those casual fans on a consistent basis. they're not going to know everything about the history of the sport. They might not know all the rules, but they enjoy what they're watching. That is what takes the growth of the game, takes the growth of the sport to an entirely new level. And Muffet McGraw gets it. This answer right here should be sent to everyone involved with the WNBA. Players, coaches, front office, sports media, they all need to get this and then tweak it, sing their own tune just a little bit, but basically say the same thing. By the way, Muffet McGraw, real quick. In those years, 87 to 20, 9 Final Fours, all right, 7 championship game appearances. I mean, there were 7-2. If you want to do the math, 7-2 in the Final Four game, and 2 national championships, which came a ways apart, 2001, 2018, making her only the 6th different Division One coach to win multiple NCAA titles. So she had a long and distinguished career. And let's be fair and let's be honest about it. She basically did that in anonymity. In anonymity. Shouldn't put those two words together. That's a tough one. And she has, again, I said no jealousy, no hurt, no pettiness because the game wasn't nearly as big then as it is now. She said, "Hey, I love where it is now, and it's where it is now because of Caitlin Clark and because of what she's brought to the game and her exciting style, and the fact that that's attracted more fans, and the fact that that's attracted casual fans. That is why we are in the situation we are in today." And it's just a simple acknowledgement. Do you know how much better off the WNBA would be, the discourse around the WNBA would be if this is what we got when Caitlin Clark entered the league? And I'm going to add one more point that's related, but not exactly to this. But I think of it every time I see something like this. Is for me, it's going to be interesting how the CBA goes because how much does the WNBA realize, and how much are they going to put their foot down on the fact that all of this is about Caitlin Clark? What if there is no Caitlin Clark? Caitlin Clark may be on the flag football 2028 Olympic team, okay? So, hey, who knows? But I'm just saying there's too much right now contingent on Caitlin Clark. It's like the UFC in its infancy days, it would get growth spurts because of a specific fighter or two that's really, really popular. But if you don't have a card with that fighter on it, it's a tough draw. They've got through it, obviously, to where they are now, but that was always an issue in a sport like that. And you would get that in tennis times as well on the men's and women's side. And it's a little different in a team sport for sure, but that is absolutely what we're seeing with the WNBA. So I just think it's going to be really interesting to keep an eye on that. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts on Muffet McGraw's comments. I love it. I think this is absolutely perfect. It's like, let's bottle this. Let's get it out there. Let's everyone give a version of this. Everything will be so much better. I appreciate you checking out this video as always. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button. Come on, you can do it. I know you want to. And I will talk to you later.